Good morning, traders. Hope you had a blessed weekend and a great Thanksgiving. Good morning, everyone. The list is getting too long for me to start calling out, so I'm going to stop doing that. So good morning to everyone on YouTube and Discord. So I did a lot of work over the weekend, the long weekend. I did get the bug out of the Dominator. We did try it on Friday. It seems to be working fine, but Friday was such a low volume day. I think today will be a better test. I'm not seeing it up here in my list. Over here in the right column, this is going to be included with the pullback scan that I also wrote over the weekend. So we're going to have, this is the final piece of this system, the entire setup. It's going to be the Momo, the spike. You're going to get this up indicator with the scan, the pullback scan. And of course, everything's tied in together. This is tied into this, and this is tied into that, and the labels are tied into this. The arrows in this indicator here is tied into this, and this down here is tied into this. This up here is tied into the pullback scan. Since the pullback scan does not work in pre-market, I brought the indicator over here to the pre-market scan. And that section works on the pre-market scan. So that pre-market scan's the final piece of the puzzle. We'll be testing it at market open. Last Friday, I was able to start it up first thing in the morning. The market opened about 9 o'clock. SPRC popped up in the new pullback scan and ran up from $8.75 to $14.22. I'm hoping for more results like that today. You're not going to get this stuff till I get it tested. There's a couple of them I let have it, but then I took it off because of all the Schwab issues. I didn't have time to deal with that through the weekend. So we'll test it. If it works good the next day or two, I'll go ahead and release it. I kind of want to get it in everybody's hands real quick if it's working. And I'm pretty sure it is. I'm 99% sure it is. So the pullback scan is going to be monitoring the candles. And let's say the stock price runs up and we get several red candles. And then the first green candle pops in. That's where the pullback scan is going to pick them up. All right, we're at 6 o'clock. Let's see what's going to happen here. Make sure you change your TIF to EXT for extended hours. Good morning if you're just getting here. Robert, we're going to be sorting it by Momo because this is measuring the most powerful one. The higher the number, the more chance it has of going up. Pretty quiet morning so far. Not the opening I was expecting. I need to check my prices. I don't know why they didn't pop up. I had one Friday that didn't pop up either. Haven't changed anything. Everything's the same. Really thinking Schwab is messing with me. So since I missed it, there already was a pullback right here and it popped right back up. Yeah, I think it's Schwab related because over the weekend I couldn't even hardly get on demand to work, and mine normally works really good. Like half the servers were shut down or something. I don't know. I just wish it was over. Everyone hear me okay? I see Ram is saying there's no voice. Ram, it must be on your side. So did RDHL pop up on anyone's scanners on the all stocks or the pre-market? I need to know that so I can complain later. All right. And you're set on 25 cents. Yeah, it does now, but it didn't earlier. It was not here earlier. I did look for it. All right, maybe I need to reload pre-market scan. I'll do that later. I don't think that's going to be the issue, but I'll try. We're definitely still buggy. Every now and then things don't seem to go right. I know the code don't change unless you change it, so it has to be on the server side. James, I guess that's what you get when it's free, right? Of course, it ain't really free. They're making a ton of money off of spreads. So I did talk to Schwab over this. I had a lot of people contact me. Man, when they find out what you've done, they're going to stop these indicators. I've had several people tell me that. So I called them, and their response was, we really appreciate the indicators that you build. It causes people to make more transactions, and we make more money. So they're not worried the slightest about what I'm doing over here. I'm sure they will change over. A lot of them have changed over because a lot of them know nothing about ThinkorSwim. If y'all are having trouble even logging on, that's probably why I don't have this stock that popped up for everybody else. They must have some servers down and don't realize it. or somebody forgot to flip a switch. So if you're new here, I'll do a walkthrough about 6:30, introduce myself, let you know what I got going on. And in reality, we have a lot going on. Very nice indicators that I came up with. I'm even impressed with their performance. So if you're new here, we're monitoring this column right here for volume spikes. Lets us know the moment a stock starts moving up or down. This momentum indicator over here is actually looking back 30 minutes for any stock that moves. If it moves just a little bit, it gets a small score, and it's down here in the bottom or wherever it'll be. It may have a 1. And the more they're moving up and the stronger they're moving up, it gets a higher number and starts working its way to the top. So for now, we're sitting here having coffee, monitoring this volume spike indicator. And once it fires up, could you mute your microphones for me, please? This should be routine every morning. I want to thank everybody for joining us this morning as we finish completing this trading system. It's all tied in together, if you didn't know that. They're all feeding each other information, whether it be a label or a line or an arrow or a percentage. They're all working together to give us the best chance of a stock going up or down. Picker, yes, it was. It's down here in my all stock scan, but it did not pop up in my pre-market. But what was kind of strange was when I did the pullback scan on Friday, nobody had SPRC but me. But it was in the pullback scan, not the all stock scan. It actually wasn't in any of my other scans. It only popped up in the pullback scan. That's why I'm kind of anxious to see what it's going to do at market open. So Malik, instead of us searching for the pullback, in other words, a run up, then a pullback, it's going to spot those pullbacks for us. And then it's going to pop an up or a down on that stock. So we may get it on the red candles coming down. If it has the slightest green but then goes back red, it'll still pop up. But that's for a reason. We want to watch it before the next green candle. So I'm kind of may need to fine tune it a little bit. I don't know if I can take away the fact that look for a green after a set of reds, or even after one red. I had to program it that way as well. Because sometimes we don't just have one red candle before the pullback, we have several. So I coded it to watch for both. So it needs to pick up this candle if it's a pullback, and it needs to pick up multiple red candles and then a green if it's a pullback. So there's some logic behind it. Don, let me get you the link to it. Give me 1 second. Don, there, try that link to Discord, see if it works for you. Sometimes the links expire, and if you save the link to it, then it's probably going to expire on you. Robert, every one of them is mind-boggling. This is not easy to do. The biggest breakthrough was this volume spike indicator breaking the volume down as far as rising and falling. So I'm sure you're aware, I do not have access to buyer and seller data. So what I had to do was, if the volume was increasing and the price was rising, I refer to that as buyers. And if the volume is increasing but the price is falling, I refer to that as sellers. So when you see buyers and sellers here, it's actually positive and negative volume. It's not actually buy and sell orders. So always keep that in mind. We're monitoring volume and price action. We're not monitoring buyers and sellers. Dana, are you on a 1 minute chart? And did you load the new dominator? That was released, I believe, on Thanksgiving Day. So this would be a pullback right here. I'll mark the high of the body of the candle. And when that red candle closes, I'll mark the bottom if it doesn't sell off. So we're still using resistance and support lines no matter what I come up with. So if this candle closes here, it should bounce right back up to the resistance line. That's providing the buyers are interested. Looks like they're going to sell it off. So that candle closed way down here. Looking like they're not interested. You're welcome, Don. So Dana, I was able to get that delay out of the Dominator. That's what the update is. It's now loading when it should immediately. You are welcome, James. I'm ready to take a break from coding and just get into teaching how to trade. If I can get this pullback scan to work, I think that's all we're going to need. And like I said, I'm pretty sure it's working. Seeing a lot of green up here. MOBQ in the number one position, momentum score of 5. And if you're new here and you've never seen this, the stocks come to us. We don't go looking for them. The computer itself is doing the finding. I'm going to have to mute this person, whoever it is. I'm sorry, but you're going to go on server mute. Yes, I'll just mute them all while I'm in here. All right, that is done. Malik, it's basically no data available. That's why I have the screen background black, because I have NAN also written in black and it disappears on my screen, but you have to have a black background. And if it's popping up in your percent change on your volume spike, not the percent change, there's a correction for that. So is it on your volume spike you're seeing NAN? Thank you, Wayne, for your support. Really appreciate it. Okay, I got it. Robert, I don't know. It all depends on today's results. Sometimes there's more tuning, more coding. So you may see a spike in this column, but you don't see an up arrow. It's because it was not a pullback, but yet it's still rising. So this is tied into the pullback. Good morning, trader. While nothing is happening, I'll go ahead and do the introduction. I am Ricky Gaspard. I'm a guy who trades from his home office. Been trading since the 1990s. I'm also a ThinkScript coder. And about 6 months ago, I decided to try to break this volume down, and I did it successfully. Broke it down as far as buyers and sellers, and that's what you see in this column here. So if you see a green bullish like this, that means the volume and the price is rising. If you see red, the volume is rising and the price is falling. It's kind of like buyers and sellers, but not really. I'm just monitoring volume. And out of this indicator came this momentum indicator. I've programmed it to look 30 minutes back and to track any stock that's been moving over the last 30 minutes, whether it be a little or a lot. The smaller it moves, the lower the score. The more it's moving, the higher the score. So out of this volume spike indicator, many other indicators were born. This one came out of this same indicator. In fact, all of them came out of this indicator. I've created this label up here to let you know if this very first candle is bullish or bearish. Right now it's bullish. These arrows you see are bullish candles. This is our pullback setup over here. This is the 5 EMA and the 13 EMA. We like to see a crossover of the EMAs, the price being above the 5 EMA with these white arrows popping in. This is not a strong stock for that demonstration, but you'll see one later this morning, I'm sure. Down here, out of this script again, I was able to code the overall volume of this stock. So the entire volume, is it bullish or bearish? And that's what this label is. It's currently bullish. And because we could not actually see this on the chart and could not remember it, I created this dominator. So this is actually volume bars that used to go up and down. And I converted it over to a line indicator so that you could see visually if there was more buyers than sellers in the volume. And so far, everything is working fantastic. Every now and then I'll do a little tweaking, but I put out an update when I can. So all of these scripts are launched on YouTube. And if you're not a subscriber of my YouTube, that's where I make a little bit of money. I don't ask you for money unless you want to donate. So if you can, subscribe to my YouTube channel, like the videos, and comment on the videos to let YouTube know what kind of a job I'm doing over here. It also lets me know what kind of a job I'm doing because of the views. If I get a lot of views, I know the audience likes it, and I keep going forward. While you're on YouTube, there's a link in the description to our Discord. Just follow those links over the Discord, sign up. Make sure you accept the disclaimer so the channels come in. Then head over to Start Here. That's some more work I did over the weekend. And there's a link to our Discord in the chat to get you started. Over on Discord, you're going to find all of these scripts in current setup. You're going to find how-to videos. You're going to find support. You'll be able to chat with all the other investors. And visit our trading floor where we have Gregster and River Place Dad doing their due diligence on stocks and posting stocks throughout the day. I even join them on occasion and post a few of my own. Over in Options Trader, we have It's Me Bob. He does a fantastic job with options. May want to pay attention to what he says. When he gets enough volunteers, he'll hold a live stream and take you a little bit deeper into options trading. Never trade off of my screen. Sometimes YouTube is delayed, and it can be delayed minutes sometimes. I think they're having issues just like Schwab. So make sure you get set up on this indicators on your own computer if you plan on trading. You'll find all of these scripts over in Current Setup, and that's all explained if you click the Start Here channel. And this morning, I appreciate you joining us. Keep watching. We have good things to come. And we've almost got the entire system set up. While we wait on the next stock, enjoy your coffee. Slow Monday after a holiday. It happens all the time. Our next chance for a stock is probably going to be around 7 o'clock. Hopefully somebody puts out some good news. We get a good pullback and get a good entry. We just have to wait and see if that's going to happen. Randy, I hope to one day have all of this just into an indicator that says up or down like this. I would like to eliminate all of it. I'm not an indicator trader. They're just something that I'm doing for everyone who doesn't really understand the market. I prefer just a notification that it's moving, and then I'll make the decision on the price action if I want to get in or not. But if I can simplify this whole setup into an indicator, I'll do it. I don't think there's too much on the screen like it is. I mean, I've seen guys that had spider webs up here, and you couldn't even see the price anymore. Christmas ornaments is what I call them, where there's so many colors and lines and shadows and shades, and I don't know how they trade like that, really. But everybody has their own strategy. I'm not knocking you. I'm just saying I like a clean screen. Andy, I've got 4 27-inch monitors and a laptop. And yes, I do trade on one monitor. I keep that one for me. Rest of them are just watch list. And of course, the live stream. On another one, I have the SPY, a 1 minute, 5 minute, and a 15 minute, and a tick chart. So I just look around. I don't click a lot of buttons. I just look around. Once I select a stock, see if everything matches before I get in. That's the advantage of multiple monitors. You're not doing a lot of clicking. You're just clicking on the stock and it pops up every indicator. Jim, are you sorted by momentum here? Click on the word momentum until it's sorted to the top. Good morning, Rodrigo. Not much to talk about. Enjoy your coffee as we wait on another stock. Only have one stock in earnings this morning. Dusty, that's being stripped out of the code by ThinkorSwim. It's nothing I actually created. Actually, I did create the code, but then once you code the results, it's actually coding the results and showing you the difference here between the sellers and the buyers. It's not really 42 people. What it is it's 42,000 shares traded. If you look right over here, you'll see. And only 9,000 sellers. So the dominator's not really, I built it for scalping. So when you get up above 5 minutes, it starts not being as accurate. Well, I guess it's accurate, but it takes so long for the lines to move. There's no way for you to use it on the higher time frames if you're going to scalp stocks. I'm sure you could use it for swing trading if you're not relying on scalping. But I haven't really tested it above 5 minutes. Most scalpers trade on 1 minute or 5 minutes. I only use 15 minutes as confirmation before I enter a trade. Dusty, did you upload the new one I released on the update that I released on Thanksgiving? Good job, Skits. Dusty, are you on a 1 minute time frame? Rodrigo, scalping is I want to just get in on a green candle that's exploding or a couple of green candles, and then I want to get out immediately. I usually don't hold a trade very long. I think maximum maybe 5 minutes. I like to be out within a minute if I time it correctly. That's scalping, just grabbing a piece of it as it's running up and getting out. You make good profits at it if you can afford to buy enough shares and not worry about the run up if it's going to pull back on you and take the profit away. Scalping is a good way to just grab some of it and go. About 15 more minutes to go before 7 o'clock. Hopefully we'll get another play here. It's kind of like everybody's still sleeping on this Monday morning. After the long holiday, trying to get back into the swing of things. I'm watching the SPY. It's starting to pull back a little bit. I was hoping for a green market today, not a red one. I'm seeing RDHL bouncing around a little bit here. Not much volume enough to jump in yet. Let's back out of it a little bit and see what it's done here. So we had that run up this morning when you guys called it out and I didn't have it. And it's pulled back gradually. Seems to be holding the price level around 60 cents. Andy, the timing indicator's quite old. It was a momentum indicator I programmed a few years back. It's since been replaced by this dominator and also by other indicators. This is really what you want to watch right here, this dominator. You got to remember this is volume. It's not bars, it's lines, but it's volume, and it's letting you know if there's more buyers or sellers in the overall volume. Since I am the coder, things expire to me and I move on to better things as better things are coded. The more accurate I can make this, the more money we make. Let me back out of APLM here and see where it's actually at. It is on a high, it looks like. We're getting near a high. Volume is quite low. You can see this current bar right here. This is the volume number you really want to monitor. You need a lot of people buying this stock. It's just trickling up right now. What scares me about low volume is somebody could be sitting on 30,000 shares and drop them any minute. And those 30,000 shares is a lot more volume than these people coming in buying just a few shares. Looks really good down here on the dominator. We do have separation between the lines. The sellers are just laying flat. This line occasionally turns up when more buyers come in. So you're monitoring the very end of these lines. We don't care what's already happened back here. We want to keep focused on what's actually happening while it's live. MY, as far as I can tell, I have everybody muted. I have a list of participants on Discord. I have everybody muted. There was about a dozen that did not mute their microphones. Melanie, I do. This works all day long. Dwayne, if you didn't load the new release, the updated release on Thanksgiving, that's why yours is not showing. Good morning, AC. If you haven't muted your microphones, do me a favor, mute your microphones. If you want to talk to me, I will be live after the live stream. Around 10 o'clock, I'll log back in. If anybody wants to talk, I'll be available. That'll be on Discord only. You'll see a live button down there at the bottom on the left when I'm live. Just click in and join me. Very quiet morning. So if you haven't used this Dominator for trading, let me give you a good example of how to use it. Down here is low volume. The more the volume increases, the higher the lines make it up to the top of this indicator. This is not necessarily a direction the same as the price. It's just telling you the volume is increasing as it's rising up the indicator. So let's say you get into this trade back here somewhere, because the green line is telling you the volume buying is a lot higher, and as you see, the sellers are laying flat. So once you're in a trade, you want to stay into that trade, but you don't focus here other than just to see that it's continuing to go up. Once you're in a trade, you want to shift your focus over to the sellers and make sure this line don't start coming up when the sellers are getting out. So as long as this red line stays flat down here, you're probably pretty safe. But you can see this slight bump up where they started coming in and it brought these two red candles. So this indicator is very sensitive. Even the end of it popping up can throw another red candle up here. So it could save you on getting out early on some trades. Like I wouldn't panic right here at this moment, but if I got another red candle and this line turned up, I'd probably get out. But right now with this kind of separation and the sellers laying flat, it's probably safe to hold. Manuel, how long have you had momentum indicator loaded? If you've had it since the beginning, you may want to reinstall it, delete the one you're using and reinstall it. I did some minor changes to it, but not much. Maybe that's the difference. I didn't think it would be enough difference to update everybody, but you can try. I know the latest settings that I'm using right now are what's up there on TOS scripts. But if you've had it for several months, you're probably not running what I'm running. You probably have a 5,000 right here where I have a 2,000. You can actually right click like I just did. Let me show you what I did to get here so you'll know. If you right click on momentum and edit formula, when I first launched it, there was a 5,000 here. There's now a 2,000. That's the only change that I've made. So if you change this to 2,000, you should be right. You can see that red line coming up like I described earlier, and now the sellers are coming in. So this clock is here so you can compare the delay between what you're seeing on the live stream compared to the clock on your computer. But you have to have the seconds in order to be able to tell that on your computer. Hopefully I'm only a few seconds behind. About 15 seconds before 7 o'clock. Let's see if we can get a news released. Get another stock up here popping up. And if you have one popping up and you don't see it on my screen, please post it in the chat. Till we get through with these bugs from Schwab. Not seeing much this morning. That Monday after the holidays. So if you're just popping in, we're watching the volume spike column. This lets us know the moment a stock starts moving up or down. This momentum indicator is looking for stocks that have been moving over the last 30 minutes. And you can see right now we only have 3. That's how slow the morning is. Maybe something new will pop in here. We'll see. Our DHL moving a little bit. It's only pennies. No big money maker there. Looks like the sellers and the buyers are right close together down here. If you're new here and just popping in, we're watching this volume spike column. This is an indicator I created that is monitoring if any stock moves in pre-market. If it starts moving, you'll see a bullish signal like this, and it'll rise up to the top if a lot of buyers come in. This script over here is looking back 30 minutes for anything that's moving. If it's moving just a little, it gets a low score. If it's moving quite a bit, it gets a higher score. But we're not seeing very many volume spikes, so that means volume is just trickling in. And our DHL popped up there for a penny. ASST, not showing on mine, but I'll type it in. Well, that's why it's not showing on mine. That's more than a pullback. That's a whole dime. Don't think that one's going to pan out. Our DHL seems to be moving more than that one. You're a penny player. Good morning, Obispo. Very quiet Monday after the holidays, like people just getting back into the swing of things. All we can do is wait, see what pops up. Don't have to go searching. Sometimes it gets a little boring, but boring pays good if you just hang in there. Just have to wait for them to pop up. Good morning, Gregster and Eric and ERV. Our DHL seems to be the strong penny player this morning. Probably going to play out here soon after that little run. Stone Cold, it sure looks like it. It's been a penny stock run for the last few months. Cody, I did not live stream on Friday. I'm familiar with the short day after Thanksgiving. Nothing hardly ever happens on that day. I did play around with the market. Mainly testing code is all I did on Friday. I knew it was going to be slow, but I didn't know it was going to be this slow this morning. I thought we'd at least have one good stock run. We seem to get one every morning, sometimes two. That's not very many, I know, but that's what the market's giving at a certain period. BGLC was a mover last week. Made a little bump up just now. And a bump back down. RDHL still moving up. Andy, we think it's Schwab. This was last week as well. I haven't changed any settings. I guess it all depends on who's connected to what server. It is showing in my all stocks, but it's not showing on pre-market, but it's showing on other members pre-market. Just not mine, and we're all set the same, so it's got to be on the server side. This scan down here is nothing but the price sorted by volume descending. There's no filters at all on this scan. We're letting the indicators do the filtering. THAR's been bouncing around since the first pull-up. Was lower volume earlier. Seems to be getting a little bit of attention. So do you guys have more stocks listed in Momo than what I'm showing? I may need to reboot ThinkorSwim. We had that issue before as well. It must be working fine then. Well, I'm seeing THAR is trying to get up there. The volume is increasing a bit. There's more volume in this candle than the last one. You can see the last candle bar right here in the orange. So there are more buyers coming in. I'm seeing the sellers are dominating really, though. Probably will pull back. See you later, Dana. Have a blessed day. I'll flip over to the pullback scan here. It does have a stock on it, if I can find it. So it's showing Tesla had a pullback. And there's Tesla. There's the pullback. And there's the green candles. Good job, Skits. I'll turn it on at market open. Good job, Skits. I'm going to do a reboot on my ThinkorSwim just to make sure everything is fine. Your screen will go black for a minute till I get back in. Coming back up now. Well, that seemed to help. Maybe those of you who are only showing a few stocks, you may want to reboot. You may catch a connection to a different server. I can see the sellers chasing this run up. That's the profit takers more than likely. Kind of late for me to get in. Should have caught it before the reboot, but it's okay. Got to watch these sellers. That's what you need to watch. Good job, Dusty. A lot of profit takers right there with the buyers. Good job, Warlock. Good job, higher ground. Still moving up on Warlock. I mean, not Warlock. On Thar. I'm not liking it at this point. I think the run was back here. That pullback is a moneymaker. A lot of people, I guess before a lot of people came here to this Discord and to this live stream, when they saw a stock pulling back, they would go look for another one when that was actually the entry they were passing up. That pullback works quite a bit. The odds of it working is very high. Especially if you can catch a stock when it first runs up and wait for them sellers to take profit and catch the next run. If you haven't hit the like button, could you do that for me and let YouTube know what we're doing here is working? That you like what you see. That helps me keep my ratings on YouTube when you hit the like button. So I've muted quite a few people's microphones. If later today you go to use your microphone on Discord and it's not working, you're going to have to send me a message to unmute you. When you come to these live streams, it'll be a bit easier for me if you go ahead and mute your microphones. Background noise is not good. Try to make it routine for me, and I won't have to deal with that part of it. Thank you, OT. Thank you, ERV. If you're new here, I know we kind of look like we're just laid back here, and we really are. We're just waiting for something to pop up. These indicators took away all the homework. We're not searching for stocks. They're coming to us. So if you hear me go silent, I don't have anything to talk about. I've done said it all. Now it's repeat and repeat when new people come in. See if RDHL is going to make another move here. Has quite a bit of volume, but these cheaper stocks always have higher volume. People have to buy more shares to make more profit. I don't know about you guys, but I like a stress-free trading environment. And this sure is relaxing to me, just sitting here waiting and having confidence in your trade. Doesn't get any better than that. GRI. Again, not showing up on mine, showing up on yours. That is a pullback. If it's going to bounce, that'll be the zone it's going to bounce between. That's only 10 cents. So always, if you're new here, this support level will be your entry, providing this stock turns around. If it goes below that support level, it's probably going to fail. Yeah, that pre-market volume's not accurate, is it? There's more in the last bar and the current bar than there is in the overall volume. So there is some Schwab issues here. Looks like we're going to get that bounce back up for 10 cents. Not liking how the volume is just trickling in. It's not really a bunch of buyers on it. Good job, Skits. GRI did give us that 10 cents. Gave us 12 actually. The pullback is a beautiful thing. Robert, it's really not working in pre-market. I mean, there's a few popping up, and yes, they are moving, but I don't have a Momo score on them. I'm still trying to figure out what we need to do. That's why we're testing. Even if I sort by mark percent change right now, that may work. The SPY is coming down a bit. Good job, Raphael. Have a blessed day. Yeah, SPRC making a big green candle here. We'll see if we can get a pullback play on it. That was a great performer on Friday. Nice jumps there, 50 cents on that one candle. See the sellers kind of slacking off here. They keep pulling down. We're going to see some profit takers here soon, I'm sure. That's almost $1.60 rise. Would like to see the pullback play on this one. Maybe running back up to that $14. Well, I guess we'll see. Let's give us a pullback here is what we need. Looks fairly strong, though. Green line's way above the red one and pointing up. May get a pullback here on it. Like to see it pull down about where my mouse is, about half of that green candle. Looks like it's going to keep on running. Yep, it's going to continue running. So now our support level our resistance level has become support because we're now on the top side of it. So we're back down below support. Let me clear my lines here. Let's mark this one here for the pullback. Hopefully we can get this red candle to close for a bounce up. There's the close. We should bounce back up to 1221. Looks like the volume has died on this stock. Yeah, it's not looking good at the moment. Not enough interested buyers. They made a run up. It just could have been a group somewhere ran it up. Not a whole bunch of people saw it. I didn't either, Robert. I'm not going to blame it on the coding. I'm going to blame it on Schwab. Just not working properly. I hope they get the bugs out. Mark, I say use whatever works for you. A lot of people like using VWAP. You can apply it. That's the way you trade, then that's the way you trade. Everybody has their own strategy. May get that pullback play here. Looks like the volume's coming in slowly. I'm not going to play it. I'll give you a heads up right now, but I'll probably lose $500 by not playing it. But I don't like the low volume on it. I also don't like that it dropped down below the support level. Another cheaper stock here. Looks like we've been at this level before. The support was already there. Trading pennies, I think that's a good decision. I feel the same way. Not enough interested buyers. Could have chased green candles earlier, but I don't chase them. I give up on those. Cost too much money. Coming up on that 8 o'clock hour, I will be taking a 10-minute break at 8 o'clock. When I return, we will be setting up for market open about 8:25. It's going to get pretty slow around 8 o'clock until market open. Unless they pump something up before market open, it should show up in your volume spike column. Skits need to jump out early on those things. You see it's not working out, jump out. Don't hang on hoping it's going to turn around and you just get further in the hole. You click that buy button and within less than a minute it didn't pan out, I would consider getting out. It should go up immediately if you time it correctly. I got him. Please mute your microphones or you're going to go on a server mute. Little bump up here on another penny stock, INBS. On Discord, you go over to the little microphone on the bottom left and click on it, and it should put a red line across it. Robert, that's what you have to do. If they're on that scanner and they are red, you have to watch them. All it's doing is giving you early notice that it's possible run up. I'll be turning it on at market open. We'll be monitoring it. I'm going to take away the probably going to put the 50-minute up here and the pullback scanner down here. We'll see how it goes. I don't think it's going to work in pre-market. I really don't. Active. I'm just testing it. I like to test everything. I don't want to just throw something out there and tell you it works when I don't know if it does or not. Can't tell you it worked Friday. I'm hoping for a continuation that I can say it works Monday as well. It has not been released. All right, guys, I'm going to take a 10-minute break here. You can watch the scans. I'll return in a little bit. All right, I am back. Like they're pumping up BRDX here before market open. This kind of happens when I take my break in the morning. I say nothing's going to happen, and it sometimes does. It was a nice little pullback right here. I can almost assure you they're not going to hold these gains into market open. They'll probably sell it off here in a few minutes. If they got in and they're in profit, they're not going to risk them at market open in case it just falls down. I got him. Robert, I'm not seeing it on mine. We may have to test several days because if you're showing something different than I am, then we all need to be on the same level to get an accurate test. Good job, Mark. Active, it's looking for this scenario right here on the screen that I'm circling. It's looking for the pullback for us. And it's going to pull up those stocks when they hit pullbacks. Problem is, we're not having a good server response out of Schwab this morning. So you're set at 0 for your price on the 0 is price, Robert, or what? Rodrigo, I do not trade futures. I watch them, but I don't trade them. Let me see what my scan is on. What's your volume, Robert? Okay, it is definitely Schwab. Because now I'm showing a list of about 15. I'll go ahead and move it over here for everyone so that you don't miss out on what we're looking at. So there's the BRDX on the pullback. It picked up this red candle, then a green. Yeah, I don't think it's too promising for pre-market. Maybe I can apply it to the pre-market scan. I'll do that once I get it running right. See if I can get it to work in pre-market. I had Trader 22 tell me it looks pretty close to the high flyer scan. But when I was running it last Friday, it does pick up different stocks, but some of them are on the high flyer scan. And that's a good thing that it is picking up those stocks off of the high flyer scan as well. It's letting us know there's pullbacks on them. I'm going to go ahead and put the up over here. I'm going to remove the R ball for now. Uh-oh. Is it not here? There we go. Yeah, it's at 500,000. Wonder if I should lower it. I kind of like a lot of volume. That's why I have it up at 500,000. I think during the day it may need to be even at 1,000,000. Yeah, you don't have the little pullback thing I just added, but this is tied into the pullback scan. It's just kind of like an alert. Trader, I had to redo my scan. I had to go refresh the scan to get it to work. I only had Tesla and another stock until I refreshed the scan, and it took off. Mark, I use it on occasion, not very often though. David, you click on the scan tab, then you find that scan, and then click the scan button. We'll change this one over to high flyers. This one will be over on the 50 minute when we get closer to market open. I've also been having computer clock issues. I can come up here sometimes, let's just say I'm here at 11 a.m. and I'll look down at the computer clock and it says 7 p.m. That's not a good thing. That just recently started. Eric, it's on whatever time frame you set the chart to. Trading pennies, it's a brand new computer. It's less than it's about a year old now, I guess. Problem is, it came with Windows 11, and I think that's the worst operating system they've ever put out. Let's see, on the scan, let me look at my scan settings. I'm on daily on the scan settings. It's not a 1 minute, it's a daily. It's looking overall. I am set at daily on the pullback in scan settings. That's correct, Mark. Kind of interested to see how it's going to respond at market open. You know, it gets very volatile when the market first opens. See if it spots the pullbacks or if it just goes berserk like the rest of the scans. Robert, I'm going to leave it on Momo. I want the ones that come to the top of the list, and that'll be the Momo. This ought to be quite interesting. Well, and I've been muting them as they've been popping in. I just caught that last one. Glad you're back. So if you're just popping in, this is a scan. This is the last piece of the puzzle for this whole system up here. We find the stocks here. We see how long they've been trading here, and they're rated with a score. We watch the crossovers, the arrows. We're monitoring the first candle. We're monitoring the volume overall. And we're watching the buyers and sellers. This is also volume. Now, if this can put us on the pullbacks, we're not actually searching for pullbacks anymore. They will pop up here. That'll complete this whole system. I don't know if I'll convert it over to one indicator immediately. We may monitor it individually in case something goes crazy on us, then I'll know which one it is, which one needs improvement. I'd love to make it one indicator, but we'll see how it goes. All right, 7 seconds. Good luck, everybody. I'll be watching this scan down here and up here, mainly focusing on this one. So this is a green candle after the reds, and it's first in the list. Take a quick look at the second one. Can't tell if that was red or not. Or is this just a spike up from market open? That's to be determined. I think we'll have to wait on market to calm down to really get a good reading out of it. It did refresh, that's good. I'm liking the first two. It's looking for pullbacks. They did disappear. Let's see if it picks this up. We should get an up signal here. Good job, Robert. I'm seeing some higher price stocks here. So we do have an up on NVIDIA after the red candles. Right now, I can't tell heads from tails. I guess I got to wait on the market to slow down. That was a pullback. I guess we'll see. So it called NVIDIA out correctly. Now we're looking at PayPal. Guys, if you're interested in trading, don't pay attention to what I'm doing. I'm monitoring this scan. I should be trading as well, but I'm confirming that when they say they're going to go up after a red candle, that's what I'm confirming. This one seems to be correct as well. It's in the first of the list. Let's check gold. So Robert called out gold on this pullback, and there's where it went afterwards. Not very much money, but it did pick up on it. Seem to be calming down now. Maybe we can get some more accurate results. PayPal did continue to go. So this is not going to post up as the stock is rising. It's going to post up right after the red candle. So it's a prediction is what it is. And that's what I mean. This one says up after the red candles, right? And then the up disappears. So this is letting you know when that green candle comes in. So the red ones are the pullback. These are the red candles. The green ones are the next green candle. There's SoFi running up after the red. It was there earlier on this red candle. So we have the word up. It just disappeared after a red candle. There's the up is back. That's PayPal again. SOUN, up after a red candle. So you can see this is high flyer stocks over here. This is the pullback scanner stocks. But every now and then you'll catch a few of these stocks over here in this list as well. So it is monitoring different stocks other than high flyers. Again, we have the up. After a red candle, we have a green. And it disappeared and it came back. I'm trying to determine what settings need adjusting. I can't really tell right now. So there's a green after two reds. The SPY is really not doing much of anything, bouncing up and down from red to green. Good job, Greg. Quite a few of you making profit this morning. That tells me something's working really good for you. Good job, Ben. So if you're new here, this scan up here, this is kind of similar to pre-market, but it's after the market opens. So it doesn't have the pre-market code in there, the after hours code. So instead of looking back like the pre-market Momo looks back 30 minutes, this one's looking back 50 minutes. And then it's giving them a score if they're moving over the last 50 minutes. And as they increase in volume and in buyers, they start working their way up the list. So this is the stock most of them made money on this morning. Of course, I made money on several stocks this morning. So everything working in unison here is really profitable if you watch what's going on. We've got the volume spikes kicked in right here, the arrows. We have the crossover of the moving averages. We have the buyers way above the sellers. You can see the sellers laying flat back here. They don't want no part of it right now. Of course, it is halted, so. But you can actually tell the story of these stocks before you get in. You could probably call out any stock in this list and they're going to be moving. What's good about it is that we know every one of them. It's not like you got to go searching for them. I've coded it to find them for you. Mark, if you got a piece of it, brother, you did good. That's scalping. Move on to the next one. Grab another piece somewhere else. I think it's working like it should. I really do. We got an up after a red. And when I first clicked on sound, it was right here when it first popped up over here. Now it's way up here. I'm anxious to let the market calm down and see if we can pull out the stocks when it's not so volatile at open. That's kind of what I'm waiting on volume to die, this list to get shorter, and have it concentrate on just the winners. How many of you in the live chat or in the live stream picked up that scanner when I posted it out for about 5 minutes Friday? If you're using it, just say yes. I wouldn't think too many of you have it, maybe half a dozen. I know Trader 22 does. This pullback scanner. I'm not ready to send it out there yet. I still want to watch it. I'll watch it all day today. If it's continually producing results like this, I won't keep it from you. I'll stick it out there. But I got to get a video made on it, and my own demand is not working too good. Maybe I can make a video live of its results. I think the market's calming down a little now. Robert, I won't be releasing the add-on to the pre-market. That one's going to take some coding. I'll be releasing the scan and this indicator to go with it. There's a green candle after the red. You can see the up here. Probably the next one down as well. Yes. Looks good to me. I mean, look at that. We had the first candle after the red, gave us an up signal, and it took off. Like I said, this is the icing on the cake. Hopefully I pulled it out, figured it out. No volume on this stock, but it is working. It's a low volume and still picking them up. I guess what's good is it's looking for stocks trending up, okay? Trending up first, then watching for a red candle pullback. Once it gets that first green candle after the pullback, it shoots an up signal. So what this scan is not doing is it's not guaranteeing the stock will go up, but it is letting you know what's trending up and what has pulled back. You're still going to have to apply knowledge to this scan. Play with it for a while, just like there's a red with a green. Figure out what you have to do to become profitable using it. You can probably just apply the dominator to it. It's going to have a learning curve just like every other indicator. I'm just clicking when I see up. That's what I'm clicking on. If I see up and a spike, then I click. So maybe I should put into this up indicator that it must also have a spike before posting up. But I think if I do that, we may miss the red candle. I'd rather see it at the red candle than the first green. Give me a little bit earlier entrance. I may just leave it. It's looking all right. If you haven't liked this live stream, please do so. Help me keep my ratings up as I give all this stuff away. Help me to earn a little bit off of YouTube. Also want to thank all the Patreon subscribers who donated to the cause of getting all of this out to every investor that I can. Have a little bit of expenses involved and a lot of time coding. So thank you, Patreon supporters. We had quite a few come in over the holidays, and I really appreciate it. See you later, James. Jim, you have to belong to our Discord. If you don't have that link, let me see if it's still on my mouse here. Yep. There's the link to Discord. That's where everything's located. That's where you'll find over 2,000 other investors on board with us. A lot of them are trading this setup. A lot of them had taken some of these tools and applied it to their current strategy. However, whatever it takes to get you profitable, that's what you need to do. If what I'm doing here with only these indicators makes you profitable, then that's the one you should stick with. If you apply one of these indicators to your current strategy and it's working for you, stick with it. Got another microphone I got to chase down. Found him. See you later, Alfredo. You're welcome, Jim. I think this scan's really going to put us in the money. Hopefully eliminate some of the losses. Get rid of that fear of it pulling back when it's pulling up. You too, JC. Have a blessed one. The Lord has been good to us, I have to admit. Thank you, Lord. I don't know of any paid scanner out there that's going to do this for you. I know, because I used to pay for them. So if you're just popping in today, I will be signing off at 9:30. I stream from 6 a.m. to 9:30. That's 3.5 hours. And I do that 5 days a week. Come join us, get set up on Discord, get all these files loaded, and come make some money with us. It gets easier every day. If you've been here since the beginning, you saw when we first only had the volume spike, and you've seen it grow into multiple indicators. You've watched the birth of a miracle happen right before your eyes. I'm looking over here. Thank you, Broke Joe. Very much appreciated. God bless you. I'm pretty sure if you come here every morning, we can turn your life around. We've turned quite a few lives around over the last 6 months. Still have a little learning curve, but nothing like you had before. I think if you just observe what's going on, you'll catch on. Might need to up the volume on this scan to 1 million shares traded. We can eliminate some of these ones that are just bouncing around. Thank you, Mr. Rodriguez. You have a blessed day yourself. Francisco, I haven't released it yet. I created it on Thanksgiving. It's under testing. I will, Robert. I really don't want to release it. I don't want to stick anything out there that may cost you money. That's my fear. I want it to be a positive experience for you when you first get it. So I think I'm going to watch it at least one more day tomorrow before releasing it. See you later, Big Mike. Have a blessed day, brother. Thank you, Francisco. There's a green after red with an up signal that disappeared. Saying to you, Jim, have a blessed day. Ram, if you join our Discord, then head over to Start Here. There's the link to the Discord. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. That's where I make a little bit of money. YouTube is also where I launch these new indicators. Then on the left side, look for Start Here, and it'll tell you all about what you need to do. No, you could take this line of code. When I release it, take this line of code and apply it to the high flyers, or apply it to any other scan where it seems appropriate. Make that scan explode. See you later, Bob Peterson. Have a blessed one. Hollywood, which one are you watching? There's multiple stocks. Are you stuck in the halt on BDRX? All right. I hate being stuck in halts, especially when they're at a high across here like this. Never know where it's going next. Hopefully for you it pops up and you jump out when you get the chance. Good job, Installer Pro. Love seeing you guys make money. That was the whole purpose of launching this Discord and that YouTube channel. Good job, John. Ouch. Looking good. That's where I would be exiting. Good job, Skits. And I wouldn't be basing it on moving averages. I would have done took that profit when it was up high. Never trust a trade on moving averages. That big red candle can wipe you out. Just remember, price action is dominant over moving averages. Take those profits when they're high, especially if you're in a halt situation. Good job, Steve. This SPY did pull back a bit, some negativity in the market. I'm actually surprised we made it to 922. The market's usually been dying at 9 a.m. So we had a dead pre-market, but a pretty good market open this morning. I'm going to bring that volume up to 1 million shares traded and see what happens. Pre-market will always be on the lower volume. I think it's only on like 2,000 or so. You can always adjust yours when I release it to the volume you want to trade. You can adjust the volume on any of the scans I put out to what makes you comfortable. Got about 3 minutes to go before I sign out here. Thank you to everyone who participated this morning. I'm going to continue monitoring this pullback scan throughout the day till I get tired of looking at numbers. We'll test it one more day tomorrow. I have to be absolutely sure that you don't lose money when I put it out there. I need to make a video on it. I need my on-demand working. Hopefully that's working during market hours. So if I get a chance today, I'll make the video. We'll test tomorrow, and I'll be able to immediately get it out. Thanks to everyone who joined us this morning. May you have a blessed day. Thank you, Jim. I love doing it too. I know you guys enjoy it. I love it just as much as you do. I love helping people, especially traders that were struggling. You're welcome to all of you. Whatever you do, don't share these scripts to non-members. Help me build a big community. And keep in mind, the more traders we get following the same stocks that are popping, I can't say it, popping up, the more people trading the same stocks popping up, the more the profits. Keep that in mind. Just think if there's 10,000 or 20,000 of us looking at these same scans, and we're all seeing the same thing, and we're all buying the same stocks, the results will be better. So in order for somebody to get these indicators, you should be referring them to the YouTube channel and the Discord. Preferably YouTube first, so we can get the subscribers over there. And I can earn a little money to keep this going. And they can get the link to Discord in the description of any video. If you help me build it, it just gets better in time. You're also paying it forward by doing that. You're helping other people learn a new system. Maybe you can turn their life around. All right, guys, I appreciate it. Have a blessed day. And as always, God bless. I'll try to be live at 10 o'clock. I'm going to take a 15-minute break here. And I'll see you later. Bye-bye.